Previously on Doki Doki Literature Club's Purist Mod. It's time to write a poem. Going for Yuri. Yuri's best girl. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? And I don't even mean her personality, her shy timidness and everything. She is a beaut. Look at her smile. Look at her smile, people. Natsuki and Yuri. God damn it. I'm sorry, but did the lighting in my room just get so much... Did the light in here just get so much better the moment I shut that curtain? Oh my god. Why didn't I shut the curtain originally? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. The story of me doing YouTube and that. I'm having fun, and the whole time I have no idea what I'm doing. Right, who should I go to? Yuri, obviously. Yuri first. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? She stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's a specific writing habit that are usually typical to new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing that I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes down with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. So sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologising to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. I made a mistake. Not having a full blinking water here. God damn it. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, it's just I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Ryan. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their works. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Ryan. Me too. Yeah, boy, we're getting in there, lads. We're getting in there, lads. Getting in there. Yuri is best girl. Don't at me. Yuri is best girl. Followed behind by Monica for me. Then Natsuki, I think, or so. Oh, I don't know. Between these two, not too sure. All right, Monica, how we going? Just Monica, just Monica, just Monica, just Monica. Hi, Ryan. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything... my voice. If you ever have a suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. I want short stories. Give me some stories now. We need to write a full-on novel by the end of the year. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much more better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Oh yeah, forgot, if you right click you can get the full views of the girls. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Want to share your poems with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but Oh god, that's me. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Ryan. We all are a little embarrassed today, you know? It's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Ryan. I was going ooh in my head while reading. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort in. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, but allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyse all of the nuances, it can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about it. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could be a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most.
so don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Yes, I do. I need to impress the best girl so that I can have the best girl route.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realise now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
And it is about me.
So, what did you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gone pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. That's what the inspiration
Oh, what was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you're just going to get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today.
I need to keep these writing things in check because that is like the best writing advice for me because I get stuck on the specifics of writing these stories and god damn it! And trying to write it in the most simplest way just makes it look crap and then I'm doubting my own ability despite the fact the first time you write it, it's supposed to be crap. That's the point of a first rough draft, so you can go over it again and again and again, and people that just write the first draft and think it's good and publish it are idiots. Whom should I show my poem to next? Right, Sayori, let's go to you then.
This is a good poem, Ryan. You sure it's your first time?
Of course, it's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right, but that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Ryan. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Well, let's see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. And 13, and that was deep. I want breakfast. That was probably the most deepest part of that entire poem. Oh. So Yuri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how shall I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah, especially the last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This is so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Whom should I show my poem to next? Natsuki, the only one left.
Ryan, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Ow, that was a click in the wrist. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. I suck at poems. I know you can get proper good meanings out of this, but usually my poem is like the way that I grew up and the way that school taught me about poems is that you get the first line and then the second line, and the third line rhymes with the first line, and the fourth line rhymes with the second line, and then you do another paragraph and it's rinse and repeat. I was taught in schools that poems were like a specific way, and then all of a sudden there's all these different kinds of poems. Anyway.
Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that Ryan has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for you to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
The other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for the rhythm at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. She's just a tsundere. Just bear with it. I know if someone was like this in real life, and whoever was not familiar with anime would drop any contact with a person like this in a heartbeat. But I'm familiar with anime, I know it's a tsundere, they're meant to be all nice and sweet on the inside, so let's just get by it. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. This was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me from my mediocre writing abilities rather. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismisses the poem dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Ah, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come off nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who had actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Ryan did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions on my own. First of all,
Excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Ryan liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realise you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Ryan appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
I know. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everyone think I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Oh, is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Ryan started showing up.
Natsuki! Natsuki! That doesn't involve you!
Oh, God.
I don't like fighting, guys!
Suddenly both girls turn towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Ryan, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would happen in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them into having to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Ryan.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning them most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Ryan?
Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's going to be... this is hard, because in reality... You call them both out, say both styles are as good as each other. And they were putting down each other. There's no, they were both you would say both could have handled things better. Go and help me, Sayori, would help out with that. Picking Natsuki also kind of helps. Does also kind of help, because you do call her out on it as well, while saying it's Yuri. But as we know, I'm going for the Yuri. I'm going for the best girl, so I'm going to have to pick Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait, that's not a good excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
Here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry.
See, this bit, it was the bit that I was just like, hang on. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and you just told her how... And if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said something that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
No.
Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, no one has taken her side. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant is only because... At this point, being defiant because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sorry, she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me to having to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem in her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki.
She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri had her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri! How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well... Alright, I believe you. Thanks, Ryan. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now.
It's nothing.
One more thing. That one thing about Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So,
what thing did Natsuki say?
Never mind that.
She's talking about... Don't you know she's talking about her enhanced books? She's talking about how she would never do something as shameful as to make her well-endowed books stand out a lot more in the presence of me. Yeah, that is exactly it. Come on, you know you're not that thick, main character, who at this point is me. I know I'm not that thick, guys. But god damn it, doesn't she have a nice pair of well-endowed books?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea.
Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I say it was worth it. Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Ryan, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everybody.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Ryan, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Yeah! Sayuri, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I could see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Ryan, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is really what makes the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. That said, I said that more to myself than to her. It's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this. Hell yeah, let's do this. Alright guys, that's enough time I've got for me recording this, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to end this episode right here, folks. So, Doki Doki Literature Club Purist Mod. So far, I'm going through the original game. I'm actually just been going through the original gameplay again. So, I'm looking forward to when it finally change. God, where did these hiccups come from? I am looking forward to when it finally changes, but I'm perfectly fine going through this again because it has been so long. It has been years since I played Doki Doki Literature Club, so I'm perfectly fine going through the original bit again. And I'm able to put the whole original bit as well onto this channel as well, because it won't make any sense if I just did the changes to the Purist Mod later on in the game. Just start from there. So that's gonna happen. There's gonna be more for this. I'm hoping to get this done before Valentine's. I'm hoping the goal is for the last episode of this series to be on Valentine's Day. Let's go for it, guys. I've got a lot of work to do. And if you liked what you're seeing here, folks, then you know where that subscribe button is. And because the YouTube gods demand it, you better ding that bell. But until next time, guys, keep smiling, keep laughing, keep enjoying life to its fullest. And that's the bottom line. Got the wrong hand then. That's the bottom line. Because Runedom Studios said so.